Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for February 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Taurus, and we're going to see what's coming in for you. I'm laughing because you have this Taurus card right here, and it says resistance on it. You have the Tower here, and it did show up in reverse. We will keep that in mind. I don't read reversals, but I do think that's interesting. Personally, I actually do not like the Tower in reverse. I prefer it in the upright. There are a couple of exceptions to that, but what I would say is that the Tower in reverse can represent avoiding a Tower moment, but sometimes we need a Tower moment. The Tower happens for a reason, and I think the Tower gets a bad rap. I'm not saying the Tower is always comfortable or always makes you happy or anything like that, but what I would say is that the Tower is necessary because it gets us out of comfort zones. The Tower is falling because those people have been ignoring reality, so it can be a shock to the system, but it can definitely be us seeing reality for what it is. The one thing that I will say is that based off the cards that I'm getting now, what I would say is that I think that you are seeing reality. So it's like maybe you're quote-unquote avoiding a Tower moment, but it could be because you have seen something for what it is. So it's like sometimes I think we can see the reality of a situation, and that allows us to avoid a Tower moment. And since that came up in reverse, that's kind of what I'm getting here. You do have this resistance card and this seduction card. Here's a couple things. Number one, definitely could be love coming in for you. Not a major theme in your reading, but I do feel there could be a seductive energy around you or a person that you are feeling seduced by. Could be another earth sign. You have Capricorn and Virgo showing up in your reading, but take it how it resonates. Also Leo, Scorpio shows up here. That's really all that stands out to me. But I kind of feel this seduction card is saying, don't be seduced by quick fixes. You know, sometimes I think we feel resistance. We're bumping up against an obstacle in some area of our life, and we get seduced by, a get-rich-quick scheme or something like that. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Hermit. Again, the Tower has shown up quite a bit for people this set of readings, so wouldn't really surprise me if there was just a global Tower moment, number one. Number two, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is kind of your solution to that seduction card. Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful. You can see here that she's not focused on this rabbit. She's focused on this pentacle here. And the rabbit on the Queen of Pentacles can represent fertility and abundance, but really it represents anxiety. Rabbits are nervous little creatures, but she's focused on the pentacle that she has in her hand. She's focused on what she does have, right? And it might not be money, but I feel for some of you, there could be some situations where maybe people are telling you that the sky is falling. Maybe people are telling you that that things aren't looking good in business or whatever. But I think it's almost like you need to tune out the noise is what I'm getting here on this card and the Hermit. I almost just said the Hermit because I was thinking too far ahead here. But that Hermit really tells me it's like, yeah. But here's the thing. It's like I feel like it's almost as if you've been being prepared for something, and it's just not going to affect you like it is other people. So if people are screaming the sky is falling, in business or work or something, I wouldn't be as concerned. I still wouldn't be complacent, right? I would pay attention and do whatever you can. But I would also kind of say that I feel like you're in a strong position here, and it's going to maybe allow you to work with this Tower energy, right? It's going to allow you to turn it into something more positive. I almost get Temperance vibes here on the Hermit. That's not what the Hermit means, but the Hermit has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. He's climbed to the top of this mountain, and it's almost like because you've been through so much that you kind of know what to do with the energy. Reminds me of this channel. It's like there's some weird stuff going on with YouTube. Like and subscribe, by the way. Like this video if you want me to keep doing these videos because something weird's happened on YouTube, right? But here's the thing. Is that I'm taking advantage of it. I'm doing whatever I can to turn the situation around. So I don't know if they're trying to kill tarot channels or what, but, and again, no cap here, Taurus. If you want this channel to stick around, I would subscribe if I were you. But what I would also say is that I feel like there's something where maybe there's some changes that are going on, and I feel this is almost saying there's a way to work with the energy, right? Just like this channel here. It's like I've been doing shorts. I've been doing everything they want me to do because I think there's a way around whatever they're doing in the background. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So basically the universe saying I meant what I said. You're much more resourceful. You could even be a problem solver this week, I'm getting. Like, if you notice a problem in your job, if you have a job, I would speak up because it could, you never know. Sometimes I think that solutions can make us very successful. Maybe you offer a solution to your boss and they give you a raise to implement the solution. That's like the stuff I'd be looking for here. With the Tower, you have the Six of Wands, success. See, I feel like you are definitely successfully avoiding some sort of tower moment. I almost just said sour moment as well. So it might be something, I kind of feel like people are sour of a situation, or maybe people are getting complacent in work or business. I feel this is leaving an opportunity for you. So, I would pay attention here, Taurus. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in like a sour situation. For others, we see a lot of attention again in your reading. You have this right here. You also have the Sun, which is a card of standing out or getting attention. So anything you can do to get positive attention in your life or to get people to give you attention, whatever, I would say it's probably going to be a good idea. Well, here you go. With the Hermit, you have the Judgment card. The Tower and the Judgment card is the most powerful combination in the tarot. To me, if they show up and they're touching like this right here, it's even more powerful. So the Tower and Judgment is like a major revelation. It's like a major wake-up call or a sudden realization. The Tower can sometimes be like a light bulb moment, and we see a light bulb right here on the Judgment card. So I'm wondering, some of you could have like a sudden flash of genius this week, and I would pay attention to it. It looks to me like a work or business opportunity. And again, it's like, it's going to be in a situation in your life where maybe you're in temperance energy. I feel this like kind of like mixing things together, temperance back and forth type of thing going on here. I don't even know what I feel, so I hope that makes sense. What I just said, I don't know, maybe it will to some of you. Next, we're going to see, what you don't see coming. This is like the unexpected. You have this coins card. It says luck and money on it. I feel there is a lot of luck and money. I keep saying to people that fortune favors the bold right now for the rest of your life. So if there are any opportunities where you can step up and be bold, be assertive, they could definitely lead to financial abundance. And I do feel like there's a lot of financial abundance here. The other thing I'm getting is I feel like you're noticing that the more fun you have, the Sun, and you also have the Fool right next to it with the Six of Cups up here, I almost get this as more inner child energy. On this card, there's a wall behind him on the Sun card. And that wall represents the wall we all build up against our inner child. We all, to some degree, we all have this like playfulness inside of us, and we let it out more. Some let it out more, some let it out less, right? But this is about like what you really want to do, what brings you joy and happiness. And if you're doing, the more you do those things, I feel the more successful you're going to be. I feel like the more serious you are, I feel like the less successful you're going to be, if that makes sense. Like if you're trying to logic something into existence, of course, me personally, I believe we need logic, of course. I'm not this like hippy dippy, spiritual guy, right? Even though I might seem like it. But what I would say here is that I feel like this is saying, something needs more playfulness in your life. You have the Eight of Cups here. I feel that we are in between eclipses. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. And, I think that between now and April, we will be seeing weird energy. And it's not going to stop in April either. It's going to keep going. But, I think for a lot of us, we could notice some changes coming in at the end of March. And that's kind of what I feel like this is saying, is that right now, you might be in a period of your life where you are shedding your skin, you're getting rid of things that no longer serve you in your life. And like most people, I feel like, and only you gets this constantly with me, Ace of Cups, like most people, you're focused on your heart. And I said this to you in your last reading that I did, that I don't remember what that was about. But if I were you, Taurus, because based off all your readings, they all have the Ace of Cups. And this is like what fulfills you. Can you do more things that make you happy? I do also feel that there could be a love offer coming in for you. It looks to me like someone's taking a risk. If we go this way, we go to the Fool, to the Six of Cups. It's like someone, either you see someone as your soulmate or they see you as their soulmate. Take it how it resonates, but either you or them is taking a risk. I feel like someone, this is going to sound weird, Taurus, but I almost feel like someone is kind of taking this little dog route. It's like either you or them is following the other person. I'm not saying you're going to be a follower or that they're going to be a follower. It just looks to me like it's almost like two people, coming together in the same reality. But what's popping into my head is either you have a reality or they have a reality, and it's like the two of you mesh together, right? And I don't know, that's kind of weird, but it's almost like someone just kind of fits right in to your life, and I hope that makes sense as well. But let's see what is going on here. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, normally she's sitting there, she has a new island behind her, and I always say she needs to go to that new island, because, yeah, it could be a little bit of an obstacle, but at the same time, it might just have everything she needs, because she's been sitting where she's always been. But you have that Eight of Cups. To me, I get that. I feel like some of you are going to that new island. I feel, even on this card here, it's almost like he's stepping over to an island. You see there's water behind those cups. So I do feel like some of you are kind of cutting something out completely out of your life and you're not looking back. It could be a relationship, doesn't have to be. You could just be moving towards like new ideas and things like that. With the Sun, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, a card of conviction. I always say that our beliefs are very important right now because we have Neptune in Pisces. Saturn is about to move into Pisces. Right now, this month, I would be focusing on the imagination in imagining things. I would also be coming up with like the tiniest little step that you could take to move towards your imagination, whatever it is you want to create, love, business, health, whatever it is. I would just take those tiny little steps. It's kind of funny because someone the other day said to me that they wish they could go skating, but they're 70 years old. And I'm like, well, I've seen a lot of people older than 70 skating. So even if you're afraid, it's like you could take a tiny little step. Maybe you need to get some people to help you, to hold you up or whatever. But, it's like I think we are living in a time where we need to be more playful. So if it's skating, go skating, right? And if you need to get help to do it. Because if we do those things that fulfill us, Ace of Cups, then we're going to create more of this overflow energy, which we need right now. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Very passionate connection coming in for you. It's deeper than passion. I think there's passion and then passion. And I think both forms of passion that I can't say on YouTube, if you catch my drift, right? Then what I would say is both forms of passion are good in this connection that could be coming in for you. I also see a lot of abundance. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes I feel that the Ace of Wands is really a card of wealth. It's a card of growing wealth. It's a card of out with the old, in with the new, which definitely seems to be something you're doing. Next in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this card that says, something from your past will resurface. It's okay to revisit. We'll talk about this. You have this exploring card that says you're exploring different potential paths to success. And the other thing that's interesting here is that at the bottom it says, too many interests is making it difficult to narrow it to just one. Yes, I feel like that you need to start like seeing what works. Like if you have a lot of interests, I would stick with one thing and then move on. Again, one thing that changed my life significantly as someone who has too many crazy ideas is I started dedicating 1/4 of a year to one project, and I would just work on that one project. I don't care if it works. I don't care if it doesn't work, right? I just dedicate it to that project. If it works, great. I keep going. If it doesn't work, then I try the next thing. But a quarter seems to be a good period of time, especially in business, but this doesn't have to be business. You might be working on other things in life. It's like a quarter, I think, is a good like experimentation time. It's a good time to see if something's going to work or not. I do feel like there could be something from the past coming back here. To me, like maybe you're just thinking about things. You do have the Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, which really tells me that you're very focused on a new beginning. You also have the Fool, Five of Swords. So, if something does come back from the past, maybe you'll think about it, but it doesn't even have to be love. It could be anything. But I feel like you're kind of moving on. You have the Three of Pentacles here, another card of your inner child, basically. This lady here, she has these polka dots on her cloak. As I always say, polka dots in the tarot, they represent needing to have more fun. They can represent taking things too seriously. And I definitely get that energy here in this reading where it's like if you need things to work, then that's not a good position to be coming from. Again, I think that, it's kind of a hard thing to wrap your head around, but I always tell people it's like if you want money, but you're needing money, then you're just chasing it away, right? So we have to kind of like trick ourselves to be in a more this energy of receiving. And I feel that here. I also feel like you're doing really quality work. Three of Pentacles is the card of quality work. He's done a good job. He's also gone above and beyond. He created this right here. This is a fire triangle. This triangle right here is a water triangle. And it kind of represents just like the icing on the cake. It kind of represents just that little bit extra that kind of could maybe make something just that much better. For some of you, I feel like you could be attracting a person right here who is like the icing on the cake. Maybe they have, I feel like they just kind of have that above and beyond type of feeling to me. The thing is I feel like you match the energy as well. To me, it's like I always say to people, it's like if you want someone who goes above and beyond, then you also have to go above and beyond. And then you'll have someone who's truly great, right? So we have to really put the work in. But what I would say here is I kind of do feel you're attracting someone who's very pure as well. Someone who has very pure intentions. He has this flower, this white rose. And the white rose in the tarot represents purity and pure intentions. It's also someone who's very prepared. You know, he's got this sack on his back. He's about to go on this huge, long journey through the whole major arcana, but he only has that sack to go on this huge journey. It says that he has everything right here. So I feel like a lot of you could be attracting a person like that. I do also feel like this is you needing to take a leap of faith towards probably some sort of risk. And I say probably because, it's like I'm reaching here with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is my card of taking a risk, but is that accurate, tarot? Probably not. Intuitively, to me, it is. So I would say if there's some sort of risk you want to take, like building a business, getting into a new relationship, putting yourself out there, I would definitely be taking those risks. It's going to lead to fulfillment. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Sun. Yes, Sun twice. Are you kidding? Definitely very good reading here, Taurus. Think like a lot of happiness clearly coming in for you. And I also get like rebirth vibes here as well. So you do have the Judgment card in the same row. I feel that for some of you that this could say that you need to stop overthinking something. I also feel like you need to not make things too perfect, or especially if you're working on a project, a business, a YouTube channel, right? It's like, trust me, I've been there trying to make everything perfect when there really is no such thing as perfect. So as they always say, perfection is the enemy of progress, right? I would just make progress. With the Fool, you have the Three of Cups. This is definitely a person who really wants to work on a team. I think they really kind of have that teamwork mentality. So again, if you're attracting love, really good. I am also getting that this could be a person in business who really kind of fills in some gaps. And I feel like I said this to you like a few weeks ago, where it's almost like you could be meeting that one person where it's kind of like you're the lock, they're the key. Maybe, or you're the steak and they got the sizzle, right? I feel if for some of you, there's just like this person who comes in where it's like they just have that little bit extra that I think really gets things moving. With the Five of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. I do feel like some of you could be taking a risk in relationships. It's like maybe you've had negative experiences in past relationships, and now you're just kind of taking the risk to get into one. At the end here for messages from your future self, you have this No Place Like Home card. I do feel there is clearly a major focus on the home. I mean, you have Uranus and Taurus, and as I always say to you, Taurus, I think you could be moving a lot, traveling a lot over these years until the end of 2025, basically. There could be a lot of new opportunities for you as well from a distance, but some of you could also be just enjoying home. Like if you are home, you could be enjoying that energy. I do see some of you could be kind of transitioning to the home as well as in work or business. You have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. The Six of Cups can be a turnaround. It can represent a gift from the universe, and I always say the gift that we receive is being set free with the Six of Cups. It kind of, has a alternate meaning where it can represent a time where maybe you've been bumping up against obstacles, and then when we get the Six of Cups, it can represent those obstacles being removed. So for a lot of you, I kind of feel like this is the removal of obstacles. I do also feel that you could be attracting a very childlike relationship, not in a bad way, in a good way. This person isn't immature. I feel like it's just a very playful, fun, enjoyable relationship, and it could be like a soulmate. That is a card of soulmates. You have the Nine of Cups here. This is the only thing that I would be focusing on. I think it was you a couple weeks ago or last week that I said the only thing I would be focused on at this time is my own fulfillment. This does not mean that you're being greedy or anything like that. It just means that you don't need something else external to you to fulfill you. There's a way to read the Nine of Cups that he is a barkeep and that he is giving these cups out, right? So when we become fulfilled on our own, then we can truly give to any situation that comes our way. Love, money, business, spirituality, whatever, doesn't matter. But that's kind of what I feel there. And you have the Ten of Swords. Again, I feel some of you see a situation as dead, done, over with, like a past situation. It's kind of weird. Maybe because again, you have that card that said something about the past here, Taurus. But sometimes I think we just get triggered by a past situation. We think about it, we process it, we let it go. And you could be having one of those moments this week. With the Six of Cups, you have the King of Cups. Could be a water sign coming in for you. Earth and water really stand out to me in a big way here, so take it how it resonates, but that's what I'd say there. I would also watch your emotions. Every single reading I've been doing for you recently, Ace of Cups in every single one. I think you've also always had like a King of Cups or a Queen of Cups as well. King of Cups is about having very deep emotions. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean. And it kind of just says, like, make sure that you're, especially tower, if there's like global tower moments going on, if people are screaming that the sky is falling, it doesn't mean ignore the situation. It just means screaming and yelling and freaking out isn't going to help the situation, right? So it kind of suggests being level-headed at this time, which I think the world needs more of that anyway. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Fool. Yes, definitely, if there is a new person, I would take the risk. Go for it, is what I'm going to say here. If this is something new, like if you're working on a business, if you have a sudden flash of insight, Tower, Judgment, like that is like an aha moment. Like, oh my God, I know what to do, right? This says take action, don't wait. It's going to cause fulfillment in your life. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Star. It's kind of boring at this point. Star basically comes up for everyone. I love that you have the tower, then the star, because the star comes up after the tower and it represents healing from a tower moment. But really, it's about fulfillment and it's about going towards your North Star. And I think the one thing that everyone needs right now is to have a North Star. We have Pluto going into Aquarius. I've been talking about this for months, and I've been really encouraging people to kind of develop some sort of North Star, to develop something that you focus on, that you work towards, some sort of purpose, right? And I think sometimes people think purpose, I have to save all the whales or something like that. It could be something very small. It doesn't have to be very big, right? And as a matter of fact, I recommend starting small, especially with this energy. So come up with some sort of North Star. You have this crib card. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So really, I feel a lot of you could be kind of birthing an enterprise, especially for those of you in business or work. Seems to me, just based off this reading, there could be some luck and money coming in for you. You have this vase card. It says secret admirer. I feel like you're the secret admirer. I don't want to call you out here, Taurus, but I don't know. I read intuitively. That's what I'm getting. I feel like you need to take a leap of faith if you are the secret admirer here. Next, you have this month card that says November on it. You also have this ram card that says a stubborn, aggressive person. Some of you, I do feel like you could have had a breakup or a separation back in November. Something happened in November. And, that could be what you're revisiting here in this reading. And, I think you're just like processing it. Next, you have this broom. It says new home, new attitude. Are you kidding? I mean, no place like home. There could be a new home, and it could be very beneficial. Like I said, just based off Uranus and Taurus, for you, Taurus in particular, I would say it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you were moving or traveling in between now and then. So, just is what it is. You have this lightning card. It says control your anger or you will be sorry. Didn't we say something about this? I think we were talking about the tower or something. I don't know, maybe not. I might be making that up, but I would definitely control your anger at this time. But I really like this reading for you here, Taurus. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time.